Yeah, I did a normal intro last week, so guess what? This week, I'm not doing it. Everything you need to know is in the show notes. Reddit on Wiki starts right now.
Get therapy.
What's up, Wikimaniacs, and welcome to another Monday Reddit Readings episode. I'm your host today, the Punny Pinoy John, joined with B by my fellow Tuesday, it's Josh L.
What's going on? You don't give a frick with that intro, John. You don't give a gosh dang heck.
You damn right. I don't know any, what do you call it? Like alternate not saying bad word stuff because that is all in my vocabulary, unfortunately. That doggone intro.
That'll be my goal this episode, not to swear, to use alternative swear words.
I might try that. It's not going to work, unfortunately.
Gosh dang it.
All right. No Sean this week. He is still out gallivanting, having fun. He's in New York right now, but I think we're recording with all of us together next week, so he should be back next week.
Yeah, should be.
We're going to save the announcements till later. We're going to get right to the episode. Shall we get started with the first story, my guy?
God dang it. Better get going. I don't know many non-curse words, actually. 90% of my content is curse words. I'm not realizing.
That's right. Same here. All right, brother. We're going to start off really hot, and I want you to channel your inner Sean here, okay?
Okay.
The title alone is unhinged, and then you're going to channel your inner Sean here afterwards. So this first one is from r/advice. The title is, Found Out I'm Blood Related to My Boyfriend.
Oh, sugar.
Oh, sugar, honey, iced tea, this might be illegal. All right, story goes as this, and prepare to say that again, Josh, because my boyfriend, 30 male, and I, 21 male.
Oh, God.
They both met in Melbourne, Australia. I'm from Germany, but I was staying in Australia for a while, visiting a friend and working there when we met. Illegal! There you go.
Is illegal. Sorry, I was delayed on it. I was trying to think of a curse word, and then I forgot to say illegal. And then I didn't say anything at all. I'm really falling apart this episode. My bad.
You're good. We clicked almost immediately. We talked for weeks, got really close, and honestly matched perfectly. He has pretty much everything I look for in a partner. Like most couples. Oh, damn, I cursed already.
Fudge nuggets. Holy shit. Oh, damn it.
You broke it.
All right, somebody go start a counter.
Like most couples, we also shared personal stuff with each other. One thing he told me early on was that he barely talks to his dad's side of the family because he thinks they're toxic. I also met his sister at one point, and weirdly enough, she has the exact same name as my sister. I thought it was a funny coincidence at the time.
Oh no, it's that close of a relation. Oh no.
Fudge.
Fudge is right.
Both of us come from a conservative Turkish Muslim families, and neither of us is out. So we never introduce each other to our families. It would have caused a lot of unnecessary drama and probably wouldn't have been accepted anyway. Eventually, I went back to Germany. One weekend during family breakfast, my dad was on the phone with relatives in Turkey like he usually is. At some point, he started talking to his uncle. I wasn't really paying attention until I heard him mention that his uncle's kids live in Melbourne. Then, he said their names. The exact same names as my boyfriend and his sister.
Crazy. You are from Germany. They are from Turkey, and you met in Melbourne, Australia. That's insane.
At first, I thought there was no way it could actually be them. Melbourne is a huge city, and Turkish families often reuse the same names, so I tried to convince myself it was just a coincidence. But the next day, I called my boyfriend and casually started asking more questions about his dad. His full name, his job, other details. And that's when it hit me. I realized I'm literally dating my dad's cousin.
Oh, that's so close. So that's your second cousin? Or
Uh,
cousin once removed. I never know how it works out, but it's one of those two.
Same. Anytime I'm related blood to somebody, I'm out.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close
Pretty
relations.
close. So now I feel sadness, disgust, rage, and just so many emotions because I know that the right thing would be to break up. But there's also this feeling that I won't find someone like him again, and that genuinely makes me want to cry. So what advice would you all give?
Man, oh man. What advice would I give? Has
Australia
he
is huge, my friend. You're gonna find another person.
I mean, isn't part of why incest is frowned upon is like the childbirthing of it and also like the coercion part of it? Like those are the two main things. So coercion part and the baby making part are not, you know, ingrained in this part because that's impossible. You know what I mean? Well, coercion part from the family. It's maybe because he's 30 and you're 21, but besides the point. So I don't know. If you feel uncomfortable with it, you're absolutely fine to break up, and I guarantee you will find someone else because you found a needle in a haystack across the world. You're gonna find someone else. It's gonna happen.
Dude, dating your dad's cousin is so fucking so freaking unhinged. Oh my goodness here. Uh the top comment for this one, Laser Yeet Meta commented, if you haven't talked to him about this, you need to. This is the sort of thing you need to deal with together. Apart from that, and strongly advising you to go see a therapist, there's not really much we can tell you. This sucks tremendously, and I'm sorry you found yourself in this situation, and I wish it hadn't happened to you. But it has, and even though you didn't do anything wrong, you're still going to have to deal with the consequence of all of this, and I wish you the best. To which OP responded, I already told him, and I think he's also unsure of what the next step should be. Some say that I am making a big deal out of it since we're not closely related and none of us could get pregnant. Maybe it's just the shock I had in the moment which gives me that disgust and made me overthink the situation. Well, I guess I'll see how it continues for me and my partner. I appreciate your help.
Yeah. I mean, people saying that they're not that close relation, they are. They're one degree removed or two almost.
I'm not good at that, so I can't tell.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, it is up to you. It's not like it's illegal. You know what I mean?
I mean, 21 and 30, some rule that, that happens to be our co-host might disagree on that.
Oh, sorry. It is Sean illegal. You are correct about that. My
Yeah.
apologies. I meant it's not illegal in the eyes of the law with that, I think, anyway. I don't know Melbourne law, to be fair, but I don't know. It's a weird one. I think, honestly, this is a weird enough scenario that whatever you're comfortable with, both of you, that's what you go with. If you feel like this is a hurdle you can't overcome, then that's what it is. You will find someone else. I guarantee you that.
Yeah. On a personal level, this is a hurdle that I could probably never ever jump.
Never.
Like,
Never.
it's at a point where you're telling me that if I have a conversation with my, with the dad in the situation and they just happen to be in the same room, you're gonna dap him. It's like, what's up, cousin? And it's like not even a joke at this point. That's for real, for real.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, Australia is a huge place. The world is a big place.
Yeah.
I think you can find someone else that might not be related to you.
You will
OP.
find someone else who is, not your second cousin.
Also an age appropriate one, hopefully, because we have to enforce it because Sean is not here. Otherwise, he would go off on us.
He's calling in right now, actually.
He is. Yeah, we're just refusing to let him in the call at the moment.
Yeah, I don't want the swear counter to go up anymore.
Yeah. We already lost twice already, Josh. Sadly, it
Son
only
of a
took us
gun.
like 6 minutes. Gosh darn it, this sucks. All right, next story of the day. This one is from r/Today I Fricked Up. The title is Today I Fricked Up by getting a free meal because fake date ditched me.
Oh, I mean, you got a free meal. That's a pretty good deal. Sucks that the date ditched you, though.
It's a fake date, so did they really get ditched?
Oh, I see what you're saying. They just made up a date and got free meal. That's clever. I can't even be mad at that, to be honest.
Butthole! Story goes as this. This happened a couple of years ago when I was 18. I had just been around the shopping center and decided to treat myself to a meal at one of my favorite restaurants. But as I was walking to the restaurant, I suddenly got really anxious about being seen at a restaurant by myself. Also, this is all one sentence. And I'm sure plenty of anxious people can relate. When I started practicing what I was going to say in my head, as I was waiting at the host desk going, "Table for one, please," in my head, over and over, but when the host came over and asked, "Table for how many?" I panicked and said, "Two, please."
Oh man, this is crazy to me. Like, I mean, I understand being socially anxious. I'm fine with eating alone or going to the movie theaters
Same.
alone. I'm totally okay with that, and I think you should be too. Because honestly, no one cares as long as you're paying and you're not causing a disturbance. No one cares if you're there alone. That's
Mm-hmm.
fine.
I agree. There is one rule for in this household. If any of us are eating by themselves, is we have to take a picture of what we eat and then send it to each other.
Mm.
Otherwise, we deem that as cheating.
Ours is either leftovers, if there are any, you have to bring them home for the other
Mhm.
person, or order them something to bring home.
Yes, that's also a rule. And the only time we can bypass that rule is if we've eaten there together or, to your point, bringing food home.
Now, even if we've eaten there, sometimes I'm like, I really like that mac and cheese.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Julia gave me shit one time because I had to eat
She
for
gave you
because I had a
what?
job. She gave me doo-doo. Okay. She gave me trouble
Oh,
for not taking a picture of my food and sending it to her. Darn it. That's 3 already. Holy crap. um, I'm sat at the table by a window and my waitress came over and I said, "I'm just waiting for a date, but can I get a Coke while I wait?" And so I just sit there on my phone with a drink, waiting for a person who didn't exist. I waited there for half an hour and I was just really hungry at that point. So when the waitress came back over, I said, "He isn't answering me. I guess this means he isn't coming. Anyway, can I get a," and then ordered. The waitress was incredibly sweet and said stuff like, "You missed out," and that I look great, and was super nice for the rest of the afternoon. All the while, I feel so guilty for lying, as I don't like lying in the first place, even over most innocuous stuff like this. I get my food, I eat, and the waitress is being super sweet the whole time until it's time for the bill. As the waitress is getting the bill, I notice I'm the only person left in the restaurant. And the waitress comes back over with the bill, and as I'm looking it over, it says at the bottom, "Paid," with a little handwritten note saying, "Have a nice day." Smiley face.
oh, what a nice person. Holy, I
Oh,
feel
that
bad
waitress
for them.
is. Yeah.
Tip them.
I look up at the waitress, and she just had a big smile on her face and says, "Have a lovely day, sweetheart." And a wave of shock, guilt, and shame washes over me as I mutter out way too many "thank you," like that would cleanse my sins. And in my shock, I completely forgot to tip.
No, you are. I can't even say it because it's a swear word, but
Booty!
you are a booty hole. what the what the heck? Uh,
What the HE double hockey sticks? Why didn't you tip, OP?
oh,
I got home and told my family what happened, and it's still an inside joke to this day. And apparently, it's a story my brother tells when introducing me to other people because it's just so you. This is one of those events that invades my brain while I'm trying to sleep. If perchance you are the waitress who served me that day, I am so, so, so sorry. You're an absolute gem, and I'm sorry you were the victim of my stupidity and anxiety.
I would say you should have gone back the next day,
Yes.
asked about the waitress, and said, "I forgot to tip last time. Here's like whatever $20 for this person because I feel bad or whatever." You know, what I mean, like, I'm sure they'd be like, "Oh yeah, no worries. We'll make sure she gets this." Man, I mean, I know OP didn't have malice in doing what they did. It still sucks because that person sounds like a saint, and
Yeah.
he took advantage of them, even unwillingly so.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that. Like, there's some places where they only take cash, and I made a mistake of kind of just having enough cash to pay for the
Right.
meal. And because usually I carry like spare cash just in case for moments like this. But like during that day, their machine wasn't reading well, so I had to pay with that money, and I felt so bad. I'm like, I am gonna come back here tomorrow with a tip because I cannot do that. So
Yeah.
next day I came back, I gave it to them. They're like, "Oh my god, you didn't have to." I'm like, "Trust me, I couldn't sleep at night knowing that I didn't do this."
Yeah, we went out with someone before and who was like notorious for like tipping just the right, like just the amount that's like not a-holy. But we had a really, really good waiter this one time with them. And I know what they tipped because it was like, I was beside them, I saw it. And I was like, oh, that is so much less than this person deserves to be tipped because they were like a great waiter. And so then I like, as they were all leaving, I was like, oh, I forgot something. And I threw a 10 on the table and I was like,
Dude.
that'll cover theirs. I was like, oh, Jesus.
Oh man. Trying to contribute as a top comment, they put, "One day your brother is going to introduce you to a girl he's dating. She may look somewhat familiar to you, but you won't be able to figure it out. He will tell the story at which you will have a look in her face that causes you pause. Years later at their wedding rehearsal, she will talk about how excited she is to becoming a part of your brother's family, especially his sister, who one day came into her restaurant. And from that day forward, you will never live it down. You will forever be embarrassed and feel the need to make it up to her."
Man, that is the plot line of some rom-com, you know what I mean?
Rom-com,
Yeah,
Lifetime movie type deal.
that'd be great. I'd watch that.
All right, Josh. Next story. This one is going to be quite long because this one is from r/Best of Redditor Updates. Because Best of Redditor Updates gives trigger warnings, I will just provide it. This one involves stalking. So if this is not something that you're comfortable listening to, there will be timestamps on the show notes. Please feel free to skip to the next story.
Okay.
So the title for this one is, "My husband is obsessed with my boss, and it's all my fault."
Oh, this one might be tough to not swear in. Okay. I mean, I guess you can be obsessed in like a fun friend way, you know what I mean? If I'm just ignoring that trigger warning, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I love that guy." You know what I mean?
So the original post was posted back in October of 2022. So just I like giving that out as well.
Okay.
And for context, OP is 26, the husband is 29, 29 male, OP's 26 female, and then the boss is 38 female. So just getting out of the way there.
Okay.
Story goes as this. "I started this job about a year and a half ago, and I can't say what it is because I want us to stay anonymous, and our country is very small, so my boss would probably be recognized. The moment I started, I felt like I was in the right place. My boss, the owner of the company, is very cool and very kind. She is self-made and she loves her job. She does a lot of the dirty work herself that bosses who has 30 to 35 employees wouldn't have to do, but she just loves it. On top of that, we have a 6-hour workday. Our salaries are 20% higher than the market, and we have 7 paid vacations weeks a year. So
Dang.
can we message you and like let us know?
We also
please?
would like that job if possible. I'm also obsessed with your boss's managing style. We love her for that.
Yeah. Her reasons? She appreciates us and she's getting richer anyways. I was so proud of working with a woman like her, so I wouldn't shut up talking about her to my husband, especially in the beginning. My husband was as fascinated by her as I am until he met her in a company party last Christmas. She must have been beautiful when she was young. She could have been a model.
She's still pretty young. Let's chill on that.
Come on now, OP. Don't be a booty hole by saying she's old as a 38-year-old. I think his fascination became a crush or an obsession or maybe worse, love. Now, he follows her on social media.
Oh,
Her accounts are private, but he stalks her with my account. He also
What?
follows the... Yeah, this is unhinged.
that's insane.
There's admiration, kind of like what we were getting at here. Like her
Yeah.
management style is cool. Like her story and how she like perceives like workers. That's admirable. Like hell, we're obsessed about it too. But to this point,
To use your wife's like profiles on social media to creep her social media is weird. That's friggin' weird, dude.
very weird. She is a very private person, but when her divorce from her ex-husband was finalized in the beginning of this year, we all found out because he started showing up to work. That's the ex-husband. He owned
Oh,
half her company now, and he started to try to make changes in her work hours and salaries. We found out that her husband had cheated on her with a younger girl who he also tried to employ in our company, and she still works with us as well.
oh my God. It's taking everything I can not to swear at this piece of garbage. Holy. Are there hitmen in your country? Because I have some
Frosty?
ideas. Frosty the Hitman?
I also did have the same reaction the first time. I also
Oh,
thought it was OP's husband who started showing up to work. I'm like, hey, why are you here? Don't you have your own work to go to?
yeah, I mean, this is a different degree of terrible. You know what I mean? Like, this
Mm.
is awful. What a what a dog shit human being. I'll do it. Count it. Count it.
She eventually convinced her husband to sell her back his share. We're still in this process now. My husband has followed all this, and he was so sad for her and so angry. How could anyone do this when they had a woman like her? If it was him, he would cherish her, love her, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God. You're missing where John and I were angry, but not because we are like, yeah, she deserves to be treated like an angel, and I would treat her good. We're mad because her life's work gone into this company, and her ex, who cheated on her with a younger woman, is trying to ruin that. That's why we're
Mm-hmm.
angry. That's why anyone should be angry. It shouldn't
Yep.
be, oh, he had it so good with her. Like, he should be treating her with like a weird incel vibe. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God.
Who leaves a woman for a girl? I got very angry and told him that all men prefer younger women if they could choose. He laughed at me and told me only losers do that.
I mean, I agree with
It's,
that part.
yeah, that part I agree. Yeah. The last drop was last Friday. We were out for a movie night and we saw my boss with a young man. He looked in his mid 20s, and my husband lost it. He didn't know that she dated younger men. He wanted us to go say hello, but I refused and yelled at him to control himself because he looked pathetic. When we got home, he was frenetically going through her social media until he found a guy and he sighed in relief. The guy was her nephew, and we didn't see the whole company, but they were out with other family members. My husband was so happy, like a weight lifted off his chest. I lost it on him. I started crying and yelling and told him he was in love with her, and he was shocked when I pushed and kicked him out of our bedroom. I locked the door. He stood outside trying to calm me down, telling me he loved me and I'm his girl and always will be. Then he says something that ruined me even further. It's not like someone like her would look my way.
Oh. So you just confirmed everything she's accused you of. That you wish she would, but you just know she won't. And I
Yep.
don't blame her. I don't think your wife should also look at you that way anymore, because you are a garbage person. And yeah,
You were gonna say garbage piece of shiitake mushrooms.
son of a monkey.
I have a son of a white sand bitch. I haven't
What'd you
slept
call me?
since then. I haven't slept since then. Why is he feeling like this? Is it love? Infatuation? She's too old for my husband, so what is it? Also, OP.
Chill
you
on
need
that,
to chill.
OP.
You need to chill with that, OP. And why would he think he could have her? He couldn't have her. He's very handsome and still young. She should feel lucky a young, handsome man likes her. And does he mean I'm less than her to accept him? Or is it purely her money and status? He refuses to admit anything. And what can I do now? I love this job. I love the benefits. Thanks to this job, our life has improved and we can afford more than just the necessities. I'm starting to hate my boss though, and I hate myself for idolizing her in front of my husband.
Oh, this is the internalized misogyny, I think. Ma'am, you should not be hating the woman in the scenario who has done nothing. You should be hating your husband who is betraying you, and I like obsessing over your boss. Your boss has done nothing wrong. She just is
No.
existing, being a badass. Oh, damn it.
I mean, that's not a bad word, is it?
I mean, she's being a bad. I'll say it anyway. She's being a badass because she is, honestly, a badass woman, manager, boss. Like she is. She is just being herself, and your husband is obsessing over that and idolizing her and wanting to be with her. And your anger is direct at the wrong spot. It should be at him, and definitely be giving your relationship a break until he wants to work on it, because it sounds like he is, you know, if he had the chance, he would leave you for her. And again, your boss has given no indication of this like being
No.
possible. So it's not on her at all. So I would leave him before I left your job, in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah, Josh said everything I wanted to say. The anger is definitely misplaced. Boss did nothing but, like you said, to exist, be a good boss. Seems like they have a good company culture, from what it seems like. Well, that was 2022, so who knows what could have
Yeah,
changed
true.
around that time. But yeah, she got hit with, a crappy situation where the husband has cheated on her, tries to change everything about the company, basically sweep it under a rug that she basically built herself, which is insane to me. And yeah, this no one's to blame in this scenario but your husband, because you're just out sharing like your day to day stuff with your partner, right? It's like, hey,
Yes.
can you believe I've had Juliet like tell me about how cool their boss is. I've told Juliet like, hey, I've had a really cool boss that I really admire.
And she's
Nothing
obsessed with
beyond that.
Sean, and that's okay, guys. Because
It's
who
the hair,
isn't?
damn it. It's the hair. I can't grow that. And I tell her, I'm like, I can't do that anymore. It's gonna be gone in 6 months or 2
You
years at
get
most.
what you get.
Get what you get.
But no, to your point, that's what you talk about your workplace, your job, your boss, especially if you like your
Mhm.
boss. You talk about, like, you talk them up and idolize them, and you do that with your partner who you're supposed to share things with, and
Yep.
not expect them to be like, ah, I am in love with your boss. Like,
I want that
what?
one. Jesus.
God.
Okay, so quick edit before we get to the update. They put, sorry for this is getting longer, but I have spoken to my mother, sister, and grandma and some friends about this and about what happened last Friday, and they all think I'm making a big deal out of nothing. To which
Oh my God, I see where you learned the internalized misogyny from.
OP commented just about a few months later. This was posted in December 3, 2022, so about 2 months. They put, I just found out that my husband, who they're now separated, is dating my boss, and I don't know what to do.
Oh, okay. Now your boss is to blame. Unless she didn't know, which I find hard to believe.
Yeah, the plot thickened for this one like crazy, Josh.
Not in a
Let's
good
see.
way.
Hi, I'm in so much pain and I don't know what to do. I don't want to do something stupid while hurting. I got a lot of good advice last time I was here, so I don't know. Maybe you can help me out with this too. I went against my family and friends and asked my husband for separation. I felt like my heart couldn't take it anymore, and my intuition told me that my husband wasn't all mine. This was shortly after the event at the movies. My husband was in total confusion, and he said that I was making a mistake, making a mountain out of a molehill, but he moved in with his brother, however. We decided to start couples counseling too. It went well the first 3 weeks or so, but my husband became more and more reluctant to participate, and sometimes he just canceled on me last second.
That's very telling. I will say this is exactly what I was suggesting, OP, is like, separate for a while and, work on it in therapy if you want to. Him not going to therapy or being reluctant, that's telling that he's not in it.
Yeah, he drew the line in the sand. It's just like, hey, I don't want to fight for this anymore.
Yeah.
He stopped showing up this month, and he also stopped calling and texting me. I was even more heartbroken, but it just solidified that my intuition was right and that I was doing the right thing, seeing that he is not interested in working on us anymore. I chose not to quit my job, and I still loved it with all the heartbreak, and I really needed the benefits. Like, I'm the only one I know who is having a 3 weeks paid vacation around Christmas and New Year. I never see my boss anyway, and she doesn't even know of my existence.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Less to blame
there's-
with the boss then. Okay.
yeah. My husband eventually stopped being active on Instagram, and I thought it was normal because we were going through adversity when his brother shared my husband's stories of the night. My husband was in a restaurant holding a woman's hand, and I could only see her hand. So my husband has just blocked me and my family and friends from seeing his updates. I commented, "What the frick?" And this morning, my husband,
Is
oh
that
God, I
what
had
they
to think.
commented?
They put, "What the," yeah, I had to correct myself. And this morning, my husband called me for the first time in months, totally scared, and started begging, "Please don't ruin this for me. Please don't ruin this for me."
You quivering little piece of garbage. I, what a coward thing to do, to be like, call her and be like, please, please don't ruin this. It's okay. I will make it up to you. I'm just a quivering little baby. Oh man, fuck you. I gotta do it because this is pissing
Same.
me off.
Uh,
Holy.
I told him, "What do you mean?" He said, "Don't tell her about us." I never made the connection at first. It never ever crossed my mind even. That woman in the picture was my boss.
I'm writing an email the next day.
I started crying and screaming at him. How could you do this to me? How could you tell me that it was all in my head when it's obviously all over your Instagram? He said it just happened. I dumped him and he was single and just happened to find her on Bumble.
Happened to find her. After you
There's
obsessed
a
over
reason.
her and had freakouts about her potentially being out with another man, it just happened, quote unquote. Like you didn't probably stalk her until you found her on whatever dating app it was. Yeah,
Mhm.
I call cap on that.
Cap.
Yeah.
X for doubt.
Hmm.
Uh, he begged me not to ruin this for him, and she knows he's in the process of divorce, but she doesn't know that he already knew who she was or that she was the boss of his soon to be ex.
The email's writing itself, guys.
They have been seeing each other for 6 weeks, about 2 weeks after I asked him to move. And it's getting serious. He begged for a good 5 minutes, telling me how he hasn't been this happy in all his life and that
Bro.
I shouldn't ruin his happiness since, again, I was the one who ended our marriage.
That's how you view it? That's how
That's
you
how
view
he
it.
views it.
Oh, I am ruining it as we're speaking on the phone. I am one hand on the phone call, one hand typing up the email on my laptop saying, yeah, I won't ruin it. Don't worry. Send to my boss. There you go. She knows all of the details and what you just said to me.
Freak you. I got you, buddy. I have been crying since this morning. I don't know what to do. I want to ruin him and his happiness, but I don't know if I have any right to do that. And I'm so
Yes.
worried about losing my job. Please help.
Based on everything she said about how her boss is as a manager and how she treats her employees, I have no doubt in my mind that if you told her the situation and was honest with her and upfront about it, like how he was stalking her and you're still technically together, and he ended it like by stopping to going to couples counseling. But you were going to couples counseling while he was dating her.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee, based on everything you said about this person, she will be like, "That's crazy. I'm gonna I'll have your back. Like, I'm gonna leave this person," because that's what everything that tells me about this person is that's what she would do, and that's what he deserves. He deserves his happiness being ruined because he ruined your marriage over his obsession. Instead of being an adult and being like, "Yeah, these feelings I'm getting for your boss are weird. I should look inwards, get some therapy, and I'm willing to work on our relationship," or just
Well,
ending it.
he does be canceling last second, Josh, so I don't know
That's
if he's
true.
gonna do that.
So yeah, I'd let her know as soon as I could and be upfront with her because yeah, I think based on that, you just shouldn't have to worry about losing your job either because
Mhm.
she seems like she's pretty good to her employees.
There is an edit with some new information, and then they gave a final update for this one. For new edit, they put, "Okay, my husband has been calling me nonstop, and I have now answered him. He's panicking about me telling her everything, so he begged me to give him the chance to tell her himself."
No,
His words were, "I never stalked her or creeped on her. I just felt for her and was scared that she would think I was creepy since you thought the same."
cap,
You
cap,
are.
cap, cap, and yeah, and I wonder why she would think you were creepy.
Yeah. Give me a chance to tell her the truth in my own pace so at least she doesn't think I'm a liar or a
Nope.
freak like you seem to think. You're a
Nope.
liar and a freak.
I'm not letting him have the chance because he's going to skew it to make it. Like, he's going to gaslight and be like, oh, my crazy ex is making things up. Like, I guarantee you that's what he'll do instead of actually telling her the truth.
That's facts. I'm just devastated right now. He has no regards for me and my feelings. Everything he is thinking of is not to scare her away. When I told him this, he said that I was the one who left him. People fall out of love, and that's okay. And it's no one's fault that I was in the right for ending the relationship, but I was the one who ended it all the same.
She's not. You stopped going to the counseling. You're the one who ended it.
You stopped fighting.
She was still going. She was still willing to try for this. You were the one that left.
And then last thing that the ex said, don't hurt us, and I promise to give you everything you want. She is happy with me, so don't hurt us.
I would lie to him. I'd be like, okay, I won't tell her. You know what? Yeah, you deserve that happiness. Whatever it takes to get him to stop calling me and to think he's safe. And then I would bathe in taking it all away from him because he's just a garbage human being.
Gosh darn piece of trash.
He's a son of a biscuit.
Nice. This is hard. To which they provided the final update, Josh, which was 3 days later in December 2022. They put, I talked to my boss yesterday after lunch. I told her everything.
Oh. What's that meme where he's like just so satisfied touching his face? That's me.
Basically, how I was so happy I found this job, how I looked up to her and was proud to be working for someone like her, and that this rubbed off on my husband who grew more obsessed with her each day. I apologize for using obsessed because I didn't know how things were between them, but that it was how I perceived his feelings. I told her about the day at the movie and how it basically made me realize that our issues were greater than I thought. I told her that I know and accept that my marriage is over and that my husband didn't love me anymore, and that the reason I'm telling her now isn't to judge or blame her, but to let her know the whole story because it's just fair that she knows that he has been following her life for over a year now.
Oh, OP, you are the GOAT for this. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
Because and this is what OP said to the boss, because from what I understood from my husband, you are under the impression that you just matched with him on a dating app. To which the boss fell silent the whole time that they were talking, just listening to me until I mentioned the dating app, and that's when she interrupted me. And the boss said, that's not how we met.
I knew it. There's no way. There was no way it was a random chance on their dating app.
To which the boss continued, he has been a patron at my gym for the past 6 months, maybe a year.
Oh, the truth comes out. Whoa. Okay.
I know her gym. It's the one across our workplace. She works out there every morning before coming to work. I didn't know he had joined it because I knew him to be a member at the gym near our home. He has been, without telling me, working out just across the street from me every morning without telling me. She looked like how I felt, shocked. And I apologized and told her that he has kept dating her a secret from me and that he begged me not to talk to her, telling me that he hasn't been this happy and so on. She didn't say much, just thanked me for telling her. Today, she asked if she could talk to me. She apologized for everything that happened to me and asked if I needed any help. I said no. She thanked me again. When I got home, my husband was there. He had called me at least 50 times, but my phone was on silent.
Oh my
He was
God.
crying, calling me bitter and vindictive and pathetic. Brother, that's you.
Brother, maybe look in the mirror at your gyms.
Yeah, you check out your gains, you pathetic little... I have no words. He said I ruined his relationship and future. She is scared of him now, and it's all my fault. He wants me to tell her that he is not dangerous, nor is he a pervert.
You put those words out in the open. I didn't say that. But that's what I was thinking.
He wants me to tell her that I was the one who wanted a divorce and that people fall out of love and it's nobody's fault and neither is it creepy. He hasn't done anything wrong. He stayed faithful to me and would have stayed that way if I didn't kick him out.
No, you weren't going to be. You were going to the gym months before any of this happened. You lying garbage person.
Yup, you lying sack of dryer sheet person. He asked me if I ever felt unsafe with him to make rumors about him being a stalker and a creep. I should tell the truth. I asked him to leave and that I'm starting the divorce, and from now on, he could only contact me once I got a lawyer through them. I have been crying since he left. We haven't seen each other for weeks, and he had no feelings whatsoever for me. He looked demented and full of sorrow like a broken little boy. How could he change this fast? Before we separated, he held me and begged me to believe him and his love for me. Was it all a lie? My whole entire relationship? Good night, and thank you for the support. This is a throwaway, and I'll be deleting it soon. I just thought I would update before doing that.
Yeah, OP. I mean, this is a terrible situation to go through. I do agree that all communication should go through a lawyer now. And I'd look into getting a restraining order because he does have a history
Mhm.
of, obviously stalking. And that could be something that you could push for because, like, your safety also matters in this. And I wouldn't feel safe with that person just being able to go around anywhere he wants. I will say, going back to like advocating for you telling your boss. I was saying it as like, uh, you know, ruin his life kind of thing, but it is also like she did deserve to know for her safety
Mhm.
because there is that side of things where it's like, yeah, I mean, she seems like this, badass, cool boss who is like impervious and perfect, and it's like, yeah, she also deserves to be protected from this freak. So you did the
Agreed.
exact right thing by telling her and allowing her to have the information. Good on you, OP, for doing that, and good on the boss for being like, yeah, that's messed up. I got your back. If you need any help or anything like that, I'm here for you. After finding out she's been betrayed by two men in the past year, so uh, good on her. She's killing it, and OP. I wish you nothing but the best going forward, and go through a lawyer.
Yeah, I agree with everything that Josh said, and he did bring up a valid point earlier. There seems to be a pattern of internalized misogyny that you probably learned from the people in your family, because obviously they try to downplay everything that you try to bring up. It's like, oh, you're making a big deal out of nothing, type of behavior, which is completely insane. I'm
Yeah,
glad, and I'm pretty sure Josh is glad too, that you did go to therapy, and it seems like you're continuing to be in your journey of, like, making yourself better, and for you to actually practice like what your therapist probably advised you to do, and not shift the blame completely on the boss, because like what Josh said, the boss like offered you as much support as possible, and you also potentially saved her from the danger that she could possibly be in, because your ex said it himself. He wants to be not labeled as a creep, not labeled as a stalker, as a liar, he's saying all those things because that's the real him,
yeah. Don't
you
be
know?
those things if you want. Don't want that to be your label.
Exactly. So everything is his fault. Again, we said it from the beginning already. It's okay to share stuff and admiration to your partner, because that is just a normal day-to-day conversation. But for him to go out of his way, do all these extra steps, damn near a year of
Yeah,
going to your boss's gym to just get on her good graces, that is insane behavior to me, and that is a potential dangerous guy that's just out in the streets, unfortunately. So, we wish you nothing but the best, OP. Hope your journey to, making yourself better is great, and hopefully your next relationship or your solo journey is how you want it to be, because we're just rooting for you at this point.
exactly.
Whew, that one was a doozy, Josh. So
That was a doozy.
let's do something where we can easily dunk somebody. This
Oh,
one is from r/slash Tales from your server. It's funny that you brought this up earlier about you have a friend that doesn't tip very well, because this is kinda like this. But the title for this one is Guy Tips Big to Impress Date, but returns afterwards to take money back.
oh my god. Oh my god. What? That is the most insane thing I've ever. Oh my! Like, could you imagine? Like, I'm just, uh, I just giving someone money and then going back. Oh, I can't. I can't. This is crazy to do.
This is the wrong time for Josh and I to abstain from saying curse words.
I,
my
I
boy,
mean,
my boy was about to crash out.
I'm so ready to still. It's right there. Like I can't even fathom doing that. I can't even fathom doing that. Also, it's just like you're lying to the person you're trying to impress that you're a generous person. Just be a generous person. I don't know. Go through with it if you're trying to impress them. Holy.
All right, let's see how it goes. We had a guy come in last night with his date. Throughout the evening, he was the picture of courtesy and good manners. He complimented me, thanked me every time I came to refresh waters or check on a table. Made a point to be forgiving of a kitchen mistake, super extra nice. The dream customer, really. I appreciated it, but didn't delude myself that I was the source and figured he was just in a good mood because the date was going very well. They were chatting, they were laughing, having a great time, so I assumed I was an indirect beneficiary. He was certainly in some kind of celebratory mood because he was sparing no expense. He asked for our highest quality wine, and she got our most expensive entree. He ordered one of every appetizer for her to sample when she made a remark that she was having a trouble deciding. It was a real feast. So the evening starts wrapping up, and I get their check. I ask if they'll be together or separate. She starts to say, separate. But he makes a big deal of saying, oh, are you kidding? Together. Definitely together. You never have to pay when you're with me, babe. And
Oh
so
my
on, and
goodness.
so forth.
You imagine making this show of things where you're just like, oh, you don't have to worry about that. Get whatever you want. Only to not have it like that. You know what I mean? Oh.
Oh, then he slides me a credit card. I get everything sorted and brings out the receipt. He fills it out and it came to $289 in total. It's a big ass meal for
That's a pretty big check. I won't
that's
lie.
huge. He doesn't even blink and makes a big show of leaving $100 tip. He thanks me for my service and emphasizes what a lovely night they've had. Of course, a tip that size is exceptional, so I thanked him profusely. He said there was no need to thank him and goes on a big tear about how underappreciated waitstaff are and to just think of it as a stand-in for all the ingrates who didn't treat me right. Going, don't plan to tip, don't plan to eat out, you know? Looking at the mesmerized girl the whole time and not giving me a glance.
You might be the worst person.
This guy is so performative, bro.
The mask is crazy.
I could care less where he was looking. I was looking at the upcoming $100 and I thanked him again and said I hope to see them back soon, and that was that. So he helps her into her coat and off they go. Great night. I was riding high. About 90 seconds later, he's back in the door without her, going, I think I left my... Then when the door shut and looking to make sure she was out of earshot, he goes, without the slightest shade of shame or embarrassment, mark the tip down to $20, hun. I was just playing it up for my date. You understand. And turns to go.
I am sprinting out the door and telling her this immediately. He couldn't even... 90 seconds. 90 seconds. He's out there for 90 seconds. He turns around and goes, time to let my mask drop. And just, hey, can you mark that down as $20, hun? Oh, the way
I'm throwing hands.
I'm backhanding. I don't give a gosh darn. I'm fighting this guy. Holy.
I understood, but not how he hoped I would. But I couldn't make a scene in the middle of work. That's not my place. So I just said one more time in order to give his conscience a chance to sink in. Okay, sir, you'd like to amend your tip from $100 to $20. Is that correct? And even though I didn't show a hint of displeasure in my voice, he shot back extremely hostile. They said, yes, and if I see a cent over the 20 on there, I'm going to dispute the whole meal with my credit vendor, so don't try to pull anything.
Some people need a hint of shame, you know what I mean? Like, this is like psycho behavior. This is like someone masking as a human being and then immediately being like, turning it off. This is crazy.
The most frustrating part of this for me was not even going from an over 30% tip to under 10%, but rather that this poor girl was being strung along with no idea of who the guy was behind her back. To which your point is,
that's what I'm saying. I feel bad about not telling her. because it's like, like I'm your waiter, waitress, whatever. I feel terrified of this. I can't imagine how being in a relationship with someone like this would be.
It was extremely manipulative of him, which is a major red flag. I've had my fair share of toxic relationships in the past and really wish someone had pulled the blinders off my eyes, so desperately wanted to do something to alert this girl to the trick the guy had pulled, hoping it would be a catalyst to her questioning his other actions. But again, I was at work and that just wasn't my place, so I altered a bill and that was that. Then, just in time, something occurred to me and I darted outside hoping to catch them in a parking lot. I got lucky. They'd parked on the street instead and he was still dealing with the parking meter. So, I flagged him down and rushed across the street, nearly stumbling into traffic in my haste for a delicious moment.
Oh,
His date
yes.
was already in the car, but rolled down her window since no one expects the waitress to follow you out to your car waving her arms like a crazy person. I made it across and said, more than loudly enough for her to hear, "Sir, we amended your tip from $100 down to $20 as you requested, but you'll actually need to fill out a different receipt reflecting your new total for our records. Your old receipt still has your original tip of $100 written on it, but since you just came in and asked us to charge you $20 instead, we can't have a discrepancy in our records. I hope you understand. This is just a bookkeeping regulation that goes way above me. It has nothing to do with you retroactively downgrading your tip from $20 to $100. We're just glad you enjoyed your evening."
OP is the GOAT. Oh my goodness. What? That's like the perfect thing, because just reiterating it at least 3 times, 4 times maybe even. I want that to sink into this person who was on a date with him, just to be like, oh, that's why he went back into store. I want her to know. I want her to know.
His jaw was on the floor. He tried to pretend as though he didn't know what I was talking about, trying to give me some line about, I think you're after someone else. I'd only come back because I'd forgot my keys, but I would not let it rest. The more he played dumb, the more I repeated versions of, you wanted to change your tip from $100 down to $20. You came back in, and on and on. So we went back and forth for a few more seconds when finally he went, okay, whatever, sorry for the miscommunication. If you need me to fill out a new receipt, I can. And I totally even keeled was like, you only need to fill out a new receipt if you want to change your tip from $100 down to $20.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And I'm guessing he didn't have money in his account because he did it. He filled out a new receipt. His girlfriend was visibly shocked and the man was staring daggers through me. You could feel the rage emanating off him. It was vicariously quite satisfying in place of the other toxic men I never did get the confrontation with and all the bad tippers. Ironically, the exact kind he made a righteous speech decrying just a few minutes beforehand. And then off they drove. I'm sure they'll never patronize our restaurant again, but hopefully never to go out together again either, which would make it totally worth it.
God, I hope she realizes, because, oh man, what a genius way to make that, to perform that, to go over it multiple times. Because, I mean, it is embarrassing for you as well to be doing this in the streets in front of people, but to persevere through that and be like, no, I'm trying to save this woman from a terrible relationship with a lying man. And like, none of this has anything to do with, like, if you don't have money like that, that's fine. That's not my issue with this. My issue is him performatively lying to his date about, oh, I got you, and like, oh, I'm a generous person, I'm a giving person, only to the moment she's out of sight, drop the mask and be like, actually, hun, I'm gonna need you to lower that, and just immediately turn that human switch off and be like, okay, this is who I really am. I'm a dirtbag. Like, no one should date you until you work on yourself, because that is crazy.
I hope the girlfriend is an ex, and hopefully they ghosted him, because this is insane behavior over here.
Yeah, this is scary behavior, to be honest.
Yeah. The top comment, Double Match 1910 commented, retroactively downgrading, hook, line, and sinker, folks. We have ourselves a live one. What a goat. What a goat, OP. My God. Just to reiterating, like, are you sure you want to downgrade your $100 tips, $20 bill? Because we don't want to mess up our freaking bookie.
To think about that on the spot, too. It was just,
Have you ever considered improv, OP?
I mean, honestly, you'd
be phenomenal.
amazing at it.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we close off the episode today, of course, we got to do an Amazing Underbaki segment. And if, guys, check out Amazing Underbaki's podcast, Second Guess Everything. I believe they're in season 2 right now. So they're going to be everywhere you find your podcast. Second Guess Everything. Alex Underbaki. She's the
I want to say she's been recording 3. I could be wrong on that, but I thought she was getting ready to record 3.
Are out, so please go ahead and support Alex. She's one of our great friends, and she does amazing work. But this week, Alex put together, does this guy fuck?
Do they what?
Oh, dang. Do these guys fornicate?
I hate that more, I think.
Do we need to change?
I think the swear word was less grating on the ears.
All right, these are 2 screenshots that Alex found us, and of course, we're gonna ask the question: do these guys fornicate? We're rebranding it, unfortunately. Okay. And these are both screenshots that Alex found on social media. So I'm gonna share my screen here shortly. Josh, give me 1 second.
Okay.
This is just a post. And they found on social media, and they titled it "Women Didn't Exist During World War I and World War II."
Oh my God! Okay,
some
sorry.
guy
I read ahead a little bit. Go ahead.
No, you're good. And for audio listeners, this seems like, is this Twitter? This looks like Twitter. Anyways, or Threads or whatever. Yeah. But they have a profile picture of Sasuke Uchiha from Naruto. I think that's Sasuke, if I'm not mistaken. But they put, "Bro, really said women suffer the most." And they put what women suffered: periods, breakups, being broke, going to jail for 2 days.
What? A specific woman? I don't think every woman goes to jail for 2 days.
For 2 days. And then
or are
they
broke.
Yeah. And they put what us men suffered: World War I, World War II, depression, divorces, being blamed for everything, and isn't treated fairly.
I'm sorry. They just listed 2 wars. Like there were
never even alive for.
No, but like there's other wars, but it's only these 2 that they suffered. Is crazy. Like there weren't women and children being bombed, being rounded up into camps in World War II, like and one, to be honest, or like affected at all. Like this is crazy. What a insane thing. And that's just the first 2 things I have issues with. Depression, everyone can get that. You know what I mean? Like that is a universal experience to different degrees. And also divorces.
I mean, a lot of times it's their dumb fault for even getting.
True.
You know what I mean?
But it's also like 2 people are going through the divorce. It's not always man and woman, but they're also experiencing the divorce. You know what I mean? And then being blamed for everything is crazy, as you're actively blaming women for World War I, II, like not suffering through those things, and are treated fairly, which is insane. Because I mean, women are famously unfairly treated forever. You know what I mean? Like in the workplace, job discrepancies, what they pay for, like there's the pink tax,
the gap.
Yeah. So it's just like,
and on top of that, you listed these 2 historical facts. Did you know that, like, you know, between World War I, World War II, and probably not too soon after, women weren't even allowed to vote?
Yes.
That's how. Are you kidding me right now? Like, what are you talking about here?
Whose fault was World War I and II? Women or men? I think I know the answer.
Of men. Because one got rejected and doesn't know how to, freaking use his feelings correctly or actually display it in a healthy way.
Yeah, it's just crazy to blame, to be upset that women didn't go through World War I or World War II, as if they didn't experience any loss during that point or any like hindrance to their lives or suffered at any point during those wars, or you know what I mean? Like the list goes on and on of like how this is just the stupidest list of all time.
And they famously held it down.
Yes.
Because a lot of people were gone. They were the ones that sprung the next industrial revolution for things to happen because they actually stayed behind and made sure everything worked while everyone was gone. So everyone suffered, not just men. And let's blame the stupid leaders who can't get their ego in check and can't do anything diplomatic wise, and they resort to stuff like this and just send people to their deaths.
And what gender were those leaders, John?
Men.
Who voted in those leaders too?
Men, because women didn't vote at that time.
No, but John.
Oh, well, some
men aren't treated fairly. So I'm confused.
God. So unfair, Josh.
Interesting.
Call the wambulance. So does this guy fornicate, Josh?
No, but they jerk off to anime porn, I guarantee it.
For sure. That for sure. All right, next one. It doesn't get any better. This is from Sean's favorite guy to hate.
Oh boy. Well, the answer is no.
The
Not
douche
consensually,
himself.
anyway.
I'm not gonna say his name, but if you are an audio listener, it is a guy that rhymes with date last name.
Brandrew Date.
Brandrew Date. And for people watching this is a screenshot you can see right now. And this is from a Stisk Online article, website title, Bizarre Influencers, a Portrait of a Controversial Celebrity. And they tweeted out back in 2022, they put, "You've been programmed to be poor and weak, easily controlled. However, you can also be programmed to be rich and strong."
God, I hate bro influencer conversations. They just sound like the dumbest people.
Yeah, and they always claim that, you're going to be an alpha if you do this, but you're also following another man's advice. Doesn't that make you a follower?
But they also just talk about people like this post here is like, you've been programmed. It's like people aren't programs. You know what I mean? Like they can be taught. But the way they talk about it is like, the way they talk about it is like, we're robots, or like we're coding problems, or like, you know what I mean? It's not, they don't talk about it like they're people, you know what I mean? Like sure, there are men that are struggling that have been taught to be terrible people, and they can be untaught that. That is absolutely true. You're not going to get that unteaching from Andrew Tate. That's going to just push you in the opposite direction.
And then last one, they put, "Brothers, your enemies are plotting your absolute destruction, and they're not taking days off to chill. Do you understand?"
No, I don't. I don't have enemies.
I don't either. Not plotting for my life like that. And I would rather spend my energy instead of thinking about enemies that wants to destroy me. No, I'm rather put my energy as like, hey, what can I positively contribute to the world, instead of just spewing out hatred, vitriol like this, where we're pitting everyone against each other, when we can just work together. Be happy. Not everything's going to be perfect. There's going to be disagreements, but that's what communication is all about. Let's fudging talk it out. Let's be human beings. And to Josh's point, let's not put ourselves in this bubble that we're just robots that can be easily programmed. We have this amazing thing that whoever a higher power developed or gave to us. It's called a brain, and y'all have individual thoughts, individual ideas that you can share with the world. It might not be right all the time, which is fine, but we can share it within each other, make sure that we advance as society instead of falling back by listening to idiots like this guy.
Yeah. Well, I just think like framing everything as like our enemies, or they're against us, or they're against you. It's like most people are not. You know what I mean? Like, are they specifically against Andrew Tate? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense because he is.
I want to see that guy's downfall.
Yes. But most day-to-day people, it's just like, nah, everyone's living their life, man. You know what I mean? Like they want to do the best they can for themselves, their families, their friends. And that's about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like creating a better community for themselves. It's like, that's what you should focus on. Not this us versus them. It's how can I build people up in my community, in my like inner circle, and help build myself up as well. And to always frame it as this like, they're against us, or the enemies are against us, is such a negative way to live your life. Just like, think positive. Think positively. Look at ways to positively influence things, and I guarantee you life will be better.
Oh, 100%, brother. All right, Josh, that is it for this week's episode. But before we close it off, anything you want to announce? Because I do have some merch messages to read.
You go sign up for our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. Links are in the description. You can also join our YouTube membership program. That's where we really swear. We get down to the swearing.
Absolutely.
If not, right on wikishop.com, you can get whatever merch is up right now. I believe it'll still probably be the Chippa illegal merch because Sean's on vacation and it'll just be what it is. He'll be back by this point, but
He'll probably be back.
Yeah. He'll probably be back by the last episode. So he just will probably be recovering and might not change it until later on. So go check it out right on wikishop.com. Half the profits go to a good cause, which is, John.
We don't know yet, but if we are going with the theme for the past couple years, I think we're gonna re-release the Gaycation merch.
Yes,
because it's June.
I love the
and
Gaycation merch.
It is June is Pride Month, if I'm not mistaken.
It is,
so
yeah.
like half of the profits for that is gonna go towards the Trevor Project.
Heck yeah!
The guys can correct me later if I'm wrong, but I want to say that's correct.
I'm down for that, and I love the Gaycation merch. So I would love a revamped.
That's one of our best
I would love a revamped Gaycation merch. If anyone is interested, reach out to us and let us know.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Also, huge shout out to Disney Can't Stop Me and the
merchandise
channel, in the channel on Discord. Who they've been making superhero versions of all three of us. They've got I think Sean
just
and
two
me
so far. I don't have a superhero alter ego.
Short King.
You have nut. Oh, don't
I
tell
want
him
it to
that.
be you with a crown and you shrink down. That would be sick.
How can I shrink down even more? It's as shrunk as possible already.
Or no, this one's too gross. I won't go. I was going to say
it's copyright infringement with Scott Lang here now.
I was going to call you 5 times. Your power is like Spider-Man, but down south.
Yeah, call me Gunnar T. That's who I am. That's my alter ego. Can you dig it, sucker? All right, I'm going to read some merch messages. Josh, we're catching up. We're on November 23 now.
Whoa.
So it's getting there. We might have like 2 more weeks left of this. But Elizabeth put, and they donated an extra 69 cents. I'm so happy to grab something from the vault. I can only get stickers now, but I'm aiming to become a rich eventually. Love the pod.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Donatella with an extra $3.39. They put, time has come to spend half my paycheck on Row merch. Got the I Hate Boys hat since you're the only 3 that I don't hate. $0 left, 0 regrets.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, Donatella. Save your money, please. Jane commented, "Love your podcast. It makes a workday more tolerable. Makes it on the verge of enjoyable. Keep up the good work."
Thank you.
Ruby commented, "You guys are hilarious." Smiley face. Thank you, Ruby. Stephanie put, "Love you guys," and we love you, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Amber put, "Been listening for a year because of your collab with the Judgies and have been hooked ever since. Y'all are the best." Shout out
the Judgies.
Megan put, "Love you guys. My sister-in-law," shout out Jade, "and I are both rich and have listened to every episode. Thanks for everything you do."
That would take a while.
Even the early ones? The early ones are so bad.
That's tough.
Maria put, you guys always make my work go by so much faster. Thanks for all you do."
Thank you.
Hannah put, "Love you guys. Keep being you." And if this is the same Hannah, this is a cool story. Hannah reached out to me privately on my Instagram. They have a dog owning business here in the area that I'm in. So in July, I'm gonna be taking Kevin and Chloe there to show some support.
Is it gonna be a vlog?
I'm gonna see if we can. Well, actually, probably not Chloe because she has a specific person she goes to and she's very secure. But Kevin's a slut, so Kevin will go to anybody.
I would love a Kevin vlog with Hannah.
Oh, Hannah, if you're down for that, I'll just so you can clip his butt hairs. I'd put that on the internet.
You're saying neuter him.
Nah, he's already neutered, but
snip snap, snip snap.
If that's the same Hannah that I'm thinking of, let me know. Kylie put mugs. Thank you so much to Sean for adding the designs I wanted. The live show was amazing. Still can't believe I got to meet Shaw.
Oh, thank you.
Nice to meet you too, Kylie. And Jamie put, yes, that is my real address, and I was in my 20s before I realized why guys said nice when they say it or told them what it was. We're not going to say your address.
No, say it word for word. Let everyone know.
Nice. Claudia put, please never stop doing this podcast. We intend not to stop.
Yeah.
I want to do this forever. With
it is my source of income.
Mine too, kinda. Shiv put an additional $1.18. They put, loved your live show, buying merch for my girlfriends. Shout out, Shiv. Last two here, Barbara put, I swear if I get hit with taxes and customs, I will hack the Venmo and reroute everything to my own account. Much love from Europe. Poor
Try
Sean.
it. I want to see if you can.
I want to see something too. And last one for today, Shannon put, I love the show and you guys so much. You feel like my best friends. Much love from Newfoundland. Thank you more than you know.
Whoa. My Eastern brethren. I love it.
Yeah. All right, Josh. But that is it for this week's episode. Josh already gave the plug of where to support us if you want to support us financially. But if you don't, you know what helps out a lot, people? If you leave comments on the show, if you share it to your friends and family, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss live streams, new episodes, and whatnot. And if you're on Spotify, make sure to leave a comment on the videos as well. Leave a rating if you're on Apple Podcasts. Those are the stuff that you can do for free to help support your boys. But other than that, we will see you guys on Friday.
Yeah. Title this episode, Josh Darn It.
Type this so I don't forget. Josh Darn It. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Get therapy.